My name is Carla Baccio, and the reason why I'm making this video is because I want to explain to personal trainers how and why I signed up as a Beachbody coach. I want to tell you a little bit about my story, and so hopefully this will help you understand what this is all about. So my name is Carla Baccio, and I signed up as a Beachbody coach in November 2012. So today is January 2015, so it's a little over 2 years that I have been doing Beachbody coaching. But before that, I have been, and outside of that, I am a personal trainer. I own my own boot camp, my fitness boot camp, and I've been training people at gyms from LA Fitness to the YMCA to Equinox, in my house, in their house, at the park. So I've been doing a lot of personal training in many different ways. I love training people. I love helping people. I love helping them reach their best potential and to show them what their bodies are able to achieve is just incredible with the proper training. So I love training people. I've been doing this for so many years, and every time I train someone, I feel the same joy as I did years ago when I got started. So that's what I do, and that's what I was doing when I signed up as a Beachbody coach. Okay, so how I became a Beachbody and why, a Beachbody coach and why. This is a good question because I would never thought of myself joining forces with a company that already creates fitness programs, because I guess I was afraid that it was going to be my own competition, that it was going to drive people away from me. I guess it was just insecurity of my part, and I get it. I mean, a lot of trainers feel the same way about that, and I completely understand the reason. I guess in my case, that got my interest is that I knew a lot of fitness professionals who were doing Beachbody on the side and were doing really well. And I'm talking about fitness professionals who own gyms, who are on TV, who are master trainers and travel all over the country and train trainers. So these are fitness professionals. These are people that know business, and they were doing Beachbody on the side, and they were, like I said, they were doing good money with Beachbody. So I was curious about it. I just didn't know how I could implement it with my business. It didn't make any sense to me. Like I said, it was a little bit of insecurity of joining forces with a company that does what I'm doing and kind of like creating competition right there. So I wasn't sure how that was gonna work for me. But because those people that I know, I trust, I was curious. I was talking about this with my friend, with one of my friends who's doing this, and she's a master trainer. And I asked her, I'm like, what is this online training that you're doing? And she explained to me. So we went back and forth. It was all foggy. I remember I just didn't understand half of what she was telling me. And but here's what happened. This was November 2012. My business it never went down. I mean, my business is doing pretty well, but that's the time in my bootcamp business that business goes slow. It's rainy time, it's Thanksgiving, Christmas is coming up. People are trying to save money. Some other people are going on vacation. So it's natural. I've been doing training for so many years. I knew this was gonna happen, so I kind of like expected it. But here's what happened. I got really sick. I got the flu, and I had never gotten the flu before or anything like that. It knocked me down for like 2 weeks. I could not work. I tried. I mean, I told my husband I need to go to work, and he's like, you are crazy because you're not going to work. You're really sick. So I literally stayed in my bed for like full 5 days, and then the rest, completely 2 weeks of trying to recover. It took me 1 full month to feel 100%. So That's how bad it was. The biggest problem about that is that for those 2 weeks that I didn't work, I didn't make any money. My clients love me, but of course I cannot charge them when I'm not training them. So I didn't make any money. I couldn't personal train. My personal training clients, I had to have someone else train them. But of course, that person is going to make the money for those sessions. So it was just a hard time for me to get sick because my business is already slow. Christmas is coming up. There's a lot of expenses. There's rainy season. It's just like I was so overwhelmed that I just grabbed the phone and I called my friend and I said, "And you need to tell me what this Beachbody thing is, and you need to tell me how I get started because I'm willing to give it a try. I need to find another stream of income." And this is the one thing that I would recommend every single trainer out there. You have to find another stream of income, period. You cannot rely on your own persona to go and train to make the money. You have to find a way to leverage without having to be there. So I didn't know what this was going to take me, but I did sign up to become a Beachbody coach, and that has been the journey of a lifetime. So what got me interested in this opportunity was obviously the idea of doing something on the side and making some more money to kind of like offset the ups and downs of my bootcamp and my personal training business. So I got into it. I wanted to learn, and you know, the business perspective is that it definitely works. My fear was that the DVDs were gonna drive people away from me, but this is what happened. When I signed up as a coach, I bought a challenge pack, and a challenge pack has a DVD program and a Shakeology. So I just bought it. I just didn't even know about it, and I told my friend, I'm just gonna commit to this. I'm gonna do it for 30 days, and I'm just gonna see what happens. So the good surprise is that by doing Insanity, I got to learn so many new moves that I was bringing into my bootcamp. So on the evenings, I'll work out here at home with my husband, and then the next morning, I'll go and take all these new moves to my bootcamp class. And all my clients were so happy to find that I was bringing in fresh workouts every single day. Because I'm a trainer, I can teach some of those moves. I didn't really steal the whole workout. I created my own, but I based a lot of the moves on the Insanity that I was making, that I was actually working out at home. I noticed a huge difference in my health when I was drinking Shakeology. I was not a shake person. This was, I think, the biggest struggle personally, because I like to eat food, and I thought eating was what people were supposed to do, so I wasn't quite okay. But I would still drink my protein shake, and I would still take my multivitamins, and I would still drink, take my superfood drink, like the green wheatgrass yaki thing. So I would still do that, and I was not willing to do a shake. So when I had Shakeology, I realized that all those things were already on the shake. So no more protein shake, no more multivitamins, like all those nutrients were in the shake. So I like that. And I committed to the shake. I said, I'm gonna try it for a month and see what happens. And so it was my husband who noticed a big difference on my energy level, my health. I did a lot of research on every single ingredient on the shake. And I found nothing but great things in it. So the way that this happened is that I signed up as a coach, and I told my sister, who's in Mexico. I didn't tell anyone here. I told my sister in Mexico, and she told her friends. And so they all bought challenge packs, and we all did the program together online, and they got great results. So I could not work out with my friends in Mexico any other way. So this was a good way to connect with them. And then boom, I saw the business potential. Like I thought, wow, I can really train and help people that don't live close by. They don't have to come to my 5:30 a.m. class. They don't have, I mean, people have a lot of excuses sometimes to come to my class. With this, there's no excuse. I can help a lot more people. So I was thrilled about that. I was thrilled about being able to train with my sister who's in Mexico and her friends. And so that has been the big first aha moment that I found with Beachbody. How it has grown my business. I wouldn't say it has grown my business. I think it has grown my income. My income has doubled actually since I started, twice. But I think my business has been transformed. So this is what happened as a business owner to business owner. If you're watching this and you have your own bootcamp, this is what happened to me. I was afraid this was going to drive people away from me. I was afraid about joining forces with Beachbody because of that. And to my surprise, quite the opposite. So, like I said, the people who I knew was doing Beachbody, these are people who are fitness professionals. So when I joined Beachbody and I was added to this group, I noticed that there's so many, like the majority of the people in this group are fitness professionals and nutritionists and wellness advisors and coaches and there's like life coaches, and they create meal plans that have Shakeology on it. So certified nutritionists are creating these tools that I, as a Beachbody coach, I can share with my clients. I couldn't do this before. Like before, I would train my clients and that's it. Like I would give them tips and tell them you need to eat that and you need. But there was no way for me to follow through unless they would go to a nutritionist and get their own meal plan. But it was kind of like a disconnection right there. With this, I was able to offer them a meal plan. They were willing, like after I tried the shake and I liked it and I did my research and I was public about it, all my clients wanted to give it a try. So now my clients are paying a prime price to get Shakeology every month and to get the meal plans that I really don't have to create. A nutritionist creates for the team, and we all work together because the same way we need help from the nutritionist, she needs some advice from personal trainers. So it kind of like we help each other. So now I have all these tools to get to my clients, right? On the DVDs, which I thought it was going to be my competition, they have worked wonderful because my clients sometimes, I have a couple of clients who go to Europe for like 6 weeks. And when they go, every year is the same. When they come back, they feel so awful and they don't want to come back to class because they feel so bad. So it's kind of like it takes longer than it should. So now when they go, they take a program. So they buy the full challenge pack that has the shake and the program, and they bring their program with them to Europe, if that's where they go. And they get to work out for 6 weeks without me. They get to drink their shakes. They get to follow up meal plan, not 100%, obviously they're on vacation, but they do get the nutrition. They come back to my class right away, willing to give it all because they haven't lost that momentum that they had before they left. So now I'm able to help my clients in a much different, higher level. My clients are happier than ever. And here's the other thing that has happened to me, and that's why I said it really transformed my business. So now my clients who have been talking to their friends for so many years, like you have to come to boot camp, you have to try it out, and their friends just cannot get themselves up at 5:30 in the morning. They don't make it. Now they can refer to me and I can actually recommend a fitness program from Beachbody. I can recommend the shake, which is a monthly automatic shipment. So they get it every month unless they cancel. So they get a great product and they don't have to come to my class. However, not only that is happening, also their friends are recommending me to other friends who live out of state. So now I get to have clients that are in Canada, in the US, And here's the thing, I used to be able to take care, in a monthly basis, I would have, I mean, let's say I had 25 clients. I could train 2 classes with 12 people each one, and then my personal training clients is spread out throughout the day. Now I have hundreds of people. I send them the email, I put them into Facebook groups. I kind of like, I work with that volume. They like it, they love it, they get the accountability. I create challenge groups. I log into my computer twice a day, just a little bit in the morning, a little bit in the afternoon, and I give them a little, you know, accountability for their fitness, their nutrition. And I have really loyal customers that are not even in the same state. So that's why I think my business has been transformed. It's not just a local boot camp, it's not just me training people, it's anywhere, everywhere I want it to be. So I think that's the biggest growth of my business. Lastly, I would say my biggest win as a personal trainer obviously has been that my business has been transformed. But as a person, I have more time to be with my family. I am a mom, I have 2 girls, and you know, now I have more freedom. I don't have to be training clients back to back to back to back to back to make a significant income. Now I can say, I'm not gonna train people between, because I know that's the prime time, and this is something I never thought I was gonna be able to do. Before, I used to, the prime time was between 5 and 8 or sometimes 9 p.m. because that's the time people get off work and they need their personal trainer. I'm still doing my bootcamp and I love it. I love to wake up really early, go teach my class, do a couple of personal training clients. But now I want to be home with my girls. I want to take them to the soccer practice. I want to make dinner. I want to make sure they make homework. I want to put them in bed. Those are the little things that I never thought I was going to be able to do given the nature of this business. Personally, that is really priceless, that I have all that freedom. And the other win that I know it's huge is the fact that I can travel more. I'm planning a trip to Mexico to see my family, my friends, and my sister. And I'm gonna stay there for a month, a full month. And the great thing is that because of Beachbody, I can just work on my computer a few hours a day. I'm still bringing income to my life, which is actually better than what I make just with my classes and training people. But now the good thing about this is that I can bring my business wherever I go, whenever I want. So it has been a blessing. I'm looking forward to it. I take more time off than I never thought. I mean, I'm gonna say it's hard work. You have to learn a lot and you have to dig into it and you really have to love it. But it has been a blessing in so many different ways. I just cannot begin to explain how grateful I am for this opportunity and how thankful I am that someone actually offered it to me. So that's why if someone sent you this video, just say thank you, because that person thought about you for that same reason, because we feel it's a blessing, and a blessing, you don't want to keep it for yourself. You really want to bring it out to other people. So to me, it has been that big. I am a better mom. I'm not stressed out just running like crazy. Now I get to stay with my kids and sit down and talk and be a really good mom. I think that's just, it's priceless. My recommendation to personal trainers or any, fitness trainer that is watching this video, I mean, if you're taking the time to see this, most likely you're a little bit interested at least on this or curious about this. So my suggestion is that you take notes and you write as many questions as possible and call the person who sent you this video. Call them, like ask them all the questions, because you really want to find out if this is right for you. You'll never find out if you don't ask the questions. There's nothing more sad than having the opportunity pass you by and not really knowing if this is going to be the right thing for you. You don't know. It might not be for you. It might not be a good opportunity for you, but how will you know if you're not asking questions? So you will find out if this is a right fit for you or not. Just call the person who sent you this video and ask the questions. You'll find out. Find it for yourself if this is something you'd like to do.